Moving on now, a 17-member delegation from 17 countries, including the US, the Latin America and Africa, are on a two-day visit to the valley. The foreign envoys are in Srinagar at the moment to assess the situation in the valley after the abrogation of Article 370. The envoys are being briefed about the security situation in Kashmir, after which they will meet Lieutenant Governor Girish Chandra Murmu and other officials as well in Jammu. The delegates met political leaders from the state, including Ghulam Hassan Mir, Altaf Bukhari, Shoaib Iqbal Lone, amongst many others. Sources say that the envoys had requested the centre for a visit to Kashmir to get a first-hand account of the situation prevailing in the valley. The move is part of India's diplomatic outreach to rebut Pakistan's propaganda against it on the Kashmir issue. In October last year, a group of 23 far-right European Parliament members visited Kashmir. The visit has triggered off a controversy as the delegation members were not allowed to meet people freely by the administration. Meanwhile, opposition has lashed out at the government over the foreign delegation visit, saying that if situation is normal, why not allow us to visit the Kashmir Valley too?
राहुल गांधी जी को तो रोका गया एयरपोर्ट में। जब संसदीय डेलीगेशन नहीं जाता है, जब हमारे सांसद नहीं जा सकते हैं, हमारे विपक्ष के नेता नहीं जा सकते हैं, कांग्रेस के पूर्व अध्यक्ष नहीं जा सकते हैं, सीपीएम के अध्यक्ष नहीं जा सकते हैं, ये अंतर्राष्ट्रीय डेलीगेशन, ये 15 या 16 राज्यों के राजदूत ले जाने का क्या मतलब है?
Envoys going there also well know that conductor tours cannot study the real situation there. Let them go and see how this Dal Lake, where is the tourism sports, whatever the tourist taxes are moving, or the unfortunate it is, after paralyzing that beautiful state of India, after destroying the tourism industry completely there, now they are just trying to justify themselves,
It's very good. I welcome the decision to send envoys, foreign envoys to Kashmir Valley. But it seems that the government has more faith in the foreign envoys than the Indian opposition parties.
They did not allow the members of Indian Parliament, the leaders of political parties in India to visit Jammu and Kashmir. Why it is happening? And now they are taking envoys, not the political leaders. So I strongly question the intention of the government. If the situation is normal, let them release Mr. Farooq Abdullah, Omar Abdullah, Mahbooba immediately. Let them release all the political activists immediately.
विदेशी राजनयिकों को अगर वहाँ की सामान्य स्थिति को दिखाना चाहते हैं तो सरकार की अपना कोई एक फैसला हो सकता है, रणनीतिक कोई फैसला हो सकता है, लेकिन देश के मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट्स या दूसरी पार्टियों के लोग अगर वहां जाना चाहते हैं तो उनको भी उसी प्रकार की छूट देनी चाहिए और सरकार इसी प्रकार से वहां भी कश्मीर में उनको विजिट करने का मौका दे, जिससे पता चल सके पार्लियामेंट मेंबर्स को कि भाई क्या स्थिति है कश्मीर की।
आप अपने पार्लियामेंटेरियन को तो जाने की इजाजत नहीं दी, आपने एयरपोर्ट से सबको वहीं डिटेन करके वापस भिजवा दिया। क्या संदेश जा रहा है? और जब आप खुद कुछ देश ये कह दिए हम गाइडेड टूर का हिस्सा नहीं बनना चाहते, क्या बचा हमारे पास? क्या ये अच्छी राजनीति है? जो मुख्यमंत्री और नेतागण, मुख्य धारा के लोग जिनको आपने नजरबंद किया हुआ है, नजरबंदी से मुक्त कीजिए। तब नॉर्मैलिटी जब आप कहते हैं ना, तो उसमें थोड़ा बहुत संकेत होगा।
Abhishek Malla joins us live. Abhishek, how is this visit going in the valley? There are lots of questions that the opposition is asking, as in why aren't the opposition leaders not being allowed to visit the valley in this particular fashion, go interact with locals if all is well in the valley? Over to you.
Well, politics over Article 370 will not cease, Chetty, and that's the reason why once again the opposition has jumped in and accusing the government, saying that, what's the point taking international envoys to Kashmir when own political leaders cannot be taken there and they are detained at the airports. Also, something which is extremely significant is that while, yes, it's good that many of these envoys are reaching out to Kashmir and, they're getting first-hand access to what's happening there, but the visit is obviously very restricted and controlled, and that's what is also triggering a controversy. In fact, there were some envoys who have resisted from going, saying that they want a free access, and that's the reason why they dropped out. So these things will continue, but the fact remains that Kashmir, while the government claims has gotten back to normalcy, but there are certain facts that need to be questioned. The internet is still not working. The envoys who've gone can only interact with a select few political leaders. They have no access to political leaders who are in detention. Several political leaders and activists are still in detention. So these are the questions that will be raised, and government will need to answer them.
All right, leave it at that. Thanks much, Abhishek, for joining us for the very latest on this. After taking over as the Army Chief, General Manoj Mukund Narwane is on a visit to the world's highest battlefield, the Siachen Glacier. In his first outstation trip after taking over the top job on 31st of December, the Army Chief visited the War Memorial in Siachen and paid tribute to the brave hearts. General Narwane's visit to access the operational situation in the area. He's visiting there to access the operational situation. And remember, Siachen is strategically important as it is acting like a wedge between the Sakshgam Valley under Chinese control and Baltistan, which is occupied by Pakistan.
It has always been my intention to come here immediately on taking over. Unfortunately, the weather was not very good in the first week of January, but I'm happy that I've been able to come here to the Siachen Brigade as my first visit as the Chief of Army Staff. As you all know, that this is a very important, strategically important location.
Army Chief General Manoj Mukund Narwane right there in Siachen. Abhishek joins us live. Abhishek, it's an unforgiving climate right there in Siachen. The Army Chief has made it his way, wanting to pay respect to the brave hearts and take a stock of the operational situation in Siachen as well. What are you picking up in terms of this rather strategic visit that is being made by him?
Well, it's a very important messaging, Chaiti, by the Army Chief. He's chosen Siachen and Daulat Bek Oldi in eastern Ladakh as his first visit to forward areas as Army Chief. Now, both these places are extremely sensitive. Their strategic location makes them very, very critical. Siachen is extremely significant because, it paves as a gateway to mainland Kashmir, either from the Pakistani side and also from the Chinese side. So it connects both Pakistan and China into mainland Kashmir, and that's the strategic significance of it. He will also travel to Daulat Bek Oldi tomorrow. That's in eastern Ladakh. Again, a very sensitive position facing China. It's a place where a lot of face-offs have taken place, and it's very critical that the Army Chief has, in fact, chosen to go here because he's somebody who's also a keen observer of China, and after taking over as the chief, he made a statement that more attention needs to be paid on the China front, and he said that he's hopeful that a permanent resolution to the border dispute can be found out soon.